Spoiler alert, the following podcast includes discussions on film that may potentially, intentionally or inadvertently, reveal plot twists, character traits, story details, up to and including endings that might otherwise be considered spoilers. Proceed at your own risk.
You're listening to Moviesucktastic.
Sounds like some bad movie.
All right. Here we go.
Huh? What happened?
What? Doing this again?
Welcome to Moviesucktastic, Oscar edition.
Yeah, doing that for a little while.
And I believe this is Scott. That's Joey. And today
Last I
we're
checked.
doing Tar.
Tar.
Tar. Okay.
Which just sounds like a sci-fi movie from the 80s that we would have watched.
Yeah, I definitely could do a. Oh, by the way, I got a copy of Kiss versus not Santa, but Kiss versus the Opera, Phantom of the Park.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't watched it yet.
That was always. I seen bits and pieces of that. There was always bootlegged.
Yeah, I remember watching it as a kid on TV. I remember bits of it.
I apologize to everyone. There's a picture of Glass Onion in the slideshow. I use a program to grab all of the pictures of all of the movies to make a slideshow, because if I don't, we get flagged and our videos get taken down because YouTube, they're filled with morons. So anyway, I use this program and I just do a select all and I uncheck the pictures that I don't want to use. Well, I made the slideshow so quick today because I was running out of time. That one must have, it must have slid through, fell through the cracks. I apologize.
It's okay.
It's that kind. It's been that kind of.
So
month.
Tar.
Tar
is a film about a conductor.
Right.
I believe the Philharmonic or the London Philharmonic.
Well, the movie starts off with her in an interview where they're basically talking her up as being one of the greatest conductors of our time, of today, of the last century. Like she's a prodigy, and she.
Well, about prodigy.
Well,
that's usually used for younger people. I wouldn't use that term, but yeah, she's definitely.
Well, she was at a young age. At a young age, she was, and she's just built up this resume all the way up until adulthood. And they talk about all her accolades, the book that she just released, and all of those things.
And she also talks about her theory behind conducting,
yes,
conductor using in music and their place in that and all that.
Yes. And they talk about where she has been a composer, and the New York Philharmonic was one of the latest ones that she did. She had never done it before, and it's considered the height. But she goes back to Berlin
That's right, Berlin. Yeah.
to do the Berlin Philharmonic,
right?
And that is basically where the entire movie takes place, all 2 hours and near 37 minutes of it.
Okay, yeah, it's a long. It's one of the long ones. Yes,
fucking long ass movie.
I've gotten a feeling from a few of your tones that you didn't care for the film too much.
Listen, this is going to be one of those films where at the end we're going to rate it, and I'm going to rate it favorably because I can see that it's well written, it's well acted, it's a well made movie. Not my cup of tea.
What was now the film, just for a broader perspective, is it follows this Lydia Tarr, this conductor, and we kind of slowly realize that she's leading this kind of the other one, the Hollywood one.
Isn't it Jeffrey Epstein?
No, not Epstein. The Hollywood one, the Hollywood producer. Weinstein.
Weinstein. Yes,
Epstein,
yes.
Yeah, Epstein's the other guy. But he's like she's like this. She has this Weinstein kind of thing going, where she's, you want to call it grooming or seducing, but you get the gist pretty quickly that she has a habit of conquesting young women in her orchestra.
Yes,
and the film kind of follows the unraveling of that, and the two.
And she is married with a child. Her wife,
right.
I believe it feels like to me, and I think they actually even say it's an open relationship. I mean, it's alluded to that her wife doesn't knows and doesn't care.
Yeah, I don't think I would say less open marriage and more of if you replace Lydia Tarr with a middle-aged white man, it would be the same situation. The wife kind of turning a blind eye, even though that she really knows,
right? And
then the husband going through the motions. I mean, the interesting thing about the film is it takes the whole idea of the reality of this sexual abuse with power, to the power structure of Hollywood, with Weinstein, but with any power structure really. But then shows us that it's not just about being a guy. It's not mainly about male. It's about power itself, and it can corrupt anybody.
Sure.
And Lydia Tarr is the example in this case. So she has this power, and she wields it the way that a Weinstein would.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And her assistant, Francesca, her assistant does everything for her, and you get the notion that they have a relationship in some way, or it is at least gone that far where Francesca is infatuated with her, does everything that she asks, and she asks Francesca to do everything, and she kind of doesn't think twice about it. She completely separates the love affair and the assistant completely, because you don't even see the two of them have any interactions outside of boss assistant.
But Francesca is a conquest.
Absolutely, because she's also a musician, and she is up for one of the positions that she is taking away from somebody else.
Okay,
and
I didn't want to. It sounded like you were kind of implying that Francesca didn't have a thing going with Lydia.
Oh, no. She absolutely was. And she absolutely was up for this job and realistically was going to get it. But another conquest, Christy, I think her name was, she keeps texting Lydia. Krista. She keeps texting her. Right. This is another, conquest.
Her last one.
Her last one. She keeps texting her. She keeps saying things like, I feel a certain way and depressed and leading towards these dark directions. And Francesca brings it up. So Lydia tells her to delete she initially tells her to stop responding.
Right. After she kills herself.
And then she commits suicide.
Start deleting incriminating evidence.
And then her laptop doesn't work. It's not charged. Whatever. She needs to borrow Francesca's, and on a whim, she does a search for Krista's emails, and finds out that she hasn't deleted any of them.
Mm-hmm.
So she feels like she can't trust her now. So that position that was open in the orchestra, she completely takes it away. She doesn't give it to her, even though Francesca was pretty much going to get that position.
Right.
So she's kind of a little evil and devious that
And
way
she doesn't
too.
just give it away. She gives it away to her newest conquest,
Yeah,
which
exactly.
Francesca is painfully aware of.
Yeah. Oh well, even in the airport,
When
she's
she's flirting. Yeah.
she's just flirting, and she's, oh, I love that handbag, and she's like, all of these things, and Francesca comes over, tell her that they're going to be late, they need to leave, because A, that's her job, but B, she's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm currently the last person you slept with.
Now, did you notice that the handbag went home with her?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
And of course, it's scarlet red. Let's put that there intentionally.
Yes.
Yeah. So
No, don't get me wrong. I mean, Todd Field, the director of this film, he wrote and directed this. It's very well made. There are a lot of good things about it, but for the runtime that this movie has, I'm just never going to watch this movie again. It's not one of those films that I might not even put it in my collection.
I would compare this film to last year's Drive My Car.
Yeah, and we all know how I felt about that one.
It's a slow film, but it's one of those slow films where I feel it's deliberately slow and methodical.
Right.
Especially since we're dealing with Lydia Tarr, who's a very methodical person, and I mean I've seen two main takes on the film. One being obviously it's about power used to exploit.
Right.
In a power structure, and the other keeps saying, "Oh, it's also about cancel culture," which I guess is true, but I didn't really take that as a negative aspect of the film. I mean, I'm sure Lydia takes it negatively, and I guess it does. I mean, it does kind of broach the question of should people have their jobs taken away from them for being exposed in like some kind of sexual scandal. Like if it's with members of the company, yeah. That doesn't really enter into this. It's like she would have lost that job if anybody found out. It wasn't just the fact that the media got a hold of it and she became started trending in fucking TikTok. It was the fact that she was sleeping with young people that she was entrusted with in a power structure, which everybody knew was going on too. They allude to that throughout the film.
This also true.
Yeah, so whenever I hear like the people say, "Oh, it's about cancel culture," I say, back it up.
Yeah. It's an easy rebuttal.
Some people should be canceled. I think that's. I think we can all agree with that. By the way, quick aside: have you seen the trailer for Sisu? SISU?
No.
Comes out in April. A sheep herder kills a shitload of Nazis with a pickaxe.
Really?
Oh, it looks fucking awesome.
Sounds
anyway,
foreign. Is it foreign?
Yeah.
Is it foreign? Like
I'm not sure. I just
with a title like that, it's.
I believe so. Yeah, because they make the good ones.
Yeah, they don't hold back.
And honestly, it looks like Evil Snow, but
Dead Snow,
but without the zombies.
Dead Snow.
Dead Snow.
Which the director of Dead Snow is the guy that did Violent Night with David Harbour.
Still haven't seen that one.
You should check that one out. It's a lot.
I
It's a
know I
lot of
should.
fun. It's a lot of fun.
Anyway, we're sidetracking.
We're sidetracking.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, the thing is about power. Now, also, an aspect of that too that's actually kind of implied, I feel, in the title is the character's name Tar. Also tar. Also, the implication of tarring someone or tarring and feathering them.
Well, sure. Okay. Yeah, I actually didn't connect that, but that does make sense.
It kind of works. The accent doesn't really work in any language except one. I forget, like Icelandic or something.
Right.
So it's not even like a real word or a real name. It's just like it's a useless affectation.
Okay.
Weird things like that.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, but you thought it was boring. But I mean,
I did. I did like this more than Drive My Car. I'll say that.
I thought Cate Blanchett had a great performance.
Yes.
And
we'll go over that because we'll go over the nominees that the movie has.
Oh, sorry, yeah, but
I think it only has 3.
Now the whole thing with the mystery noises.
Yeah.
Like the screams in the park and the like the crying from next door.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could have done without some of that, but I get where they were going, where he was going with, and the whole idea of her losing control of sound. She's a conductor, and now she has these sounds that she has no control over. Or no, doesn't know they're a mystery to her.
Well, they were kind of doing that with the oh god, what the hell is it called? The meter.
Metronome.
The metronome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were doing it. They started it with that.
Right.
With trying to keep
yeah,
time, and she talks about that you need it to keep time, and it's important. So they kind of go in that direction a little bit with it, and where it's like it becomes a little bit of a thing there, and it was actually brilliantly done. I will give it that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
and the creepy old lady next door.
Oh yeah, the woman that's caring for her dying mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Now, there's two instances in the film where you see like a somebody in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, one of them is like during the day, and it's obviously Krista because she's got the hair and everything.
Right.
But the second one is when she gets up at night and walks by, and there's somebody sitting in the chair. And I eventually was able to get a close enough picture where I can see that it is Krista. But until I actually took the time to get a single picture, clear one, and close up on it, I was convinced that it was actually the old lady.
Oh, it's not that kind of movie.
Well, it kind of is, though, because she's being haunted by Krista, because Krista is one of the effects, the aftermath of what she'd done. She's a victim of hers.
Right.
And because of her power. And so then the old lady next door is almost like an image of the future. That's why she's so unsettled, because here's a woman that's like so powerless. She needs two people to get her into a chair.
Right.
And this is the opposite.
Well, you know what's interesting about the old lady? And I don't know if it's just me, the way I just watched that scene and the way I took
Sexy?
it.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, dude. Well, why?
What? No?
I took the old lady as her.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying it's not actually her.
Well, it kind of did look a little like her.
But but that's the shock. It's supposed to say, like, this is power. This is somebody powerless. That's her fear. Her fear is powerlessness.
Right.
The inability to control anything around her, just being helpless. And so she sees, that haunts her. So I thought that was the image in the corner. I thought I was being smart. Turned out it was just both was the chick she banged. But, yeah, and then she chases the goth chick, which is like, okay. I mean, she wasn't like Wednesday hot. She was all right.
Which, by the way, Jenna Ortega from Wednesday, that's the chick from X. She was the key grip, the boom mic girl.
In what?
The movie X.
X?
The Ty West movie was X, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, all right, I got you.
Yeah, she was the boom mic girl.
Movie X.
Well,
dick.
Idiot. The boom mic girl, the one that was like, you know what? I want to be in this movie.
Yeah, the slut.
What?
Huh? What'd I say?
She was the cameraman's girlfriend. Her. I think she was only like 18 or 19 when she did X. She's only like 20 years old.
Yeah.
She was the one at the end of the movie too, with her hand through the door. Yeah, that's her. Yeah.
Okay.
That's Wednesday.
Nice.
I didn't realize that until I saw when I'm like, that's the girl from X. And now she's just super famous. I mean, she's like insane famous.
Yeah, there's a third one of those coming out. Oh, hang on.
Oh, sorry.
So, anyway, yeah, that's her powerlessness. So that's kind of like it's almost like an omen too of what's coming. And then of course when the people come and she thinks they're like family of the dead lady, and they're like, oh no, we're showing the apartment. We just want to know when you play the piano. We don't want people to hear that shit. And then she like snaps. It's a nice. It's a slow disintegration of somebody. The tackle at the end is beautiful. I mean, it's a nice.
Oh yeah, Mark
it's
Strong.
Well delivered, and the whole end. The end is like for me. I feel like the end is very ambiguous. Because I've seen a lot of people say, oh, she's relearning and she's starting fresh, and I feel like it's like 50-50 for me. Either she's like, this is like her way of atoning and trying to start over and like dedicate herself solely to the music, or she's just setting up the cycle again, because I'm sure she can find some hot Trekkies
cosplayers
to seduce over the. Yeah, I mean, so is it just a cycle of performing again in a new country? I find it ambiguous.
Well, I took it also as this is the only work she could get.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
You know,
but that's probably why she went to Berlin.
Well, she went to Berlin because her wife and child are there.
Yeah,
and she did say earlier in the film that there was something about performing in Berlin that was unequal to anything else.
That's what she said. But I mean, again, they clearly give the feeling throughout the film, sometimes not so subtly, that everybody knows what's going on with her. They're just really afraid to say anything.
Yeah, true.
Because one, she has the power, and two, she has more power in some ways. You can use like a anti-feminist angle on that if you want to, but it's true. But I really feel like, I think she's in Berlin for a reason. So I feel like that's just the next step of, okay, here's another country I can go to where no one really knows about the scandal, and I didn't, so yeah, and she's starting in a different genre too. So she's going for, who knows, she'll end up being like a sci-fi queen.
Just sure. Making video game music for video games, the video game Monster Hunter.
I got your sequel. She just starts out a fucking cult, flat out sci-fi cult, like something like Dianetics, but like jazzier.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dianetics.
But I thought it was a good film. I really enjoyed it. I agree. It's not really an entertaining film per se. It's more of an active, just like here's something where I don't know. It's not. You don't watch it for fun.
No. Let's go over its nominations.
Yup.
All right. So I think it's nominated for 4. Film editing. It's nominated for maybe 6. Film editing, cinematography. It's nominated for.
Hang on. I got it. Tar. Best
original
best
screenplay. Original screenplay.
Yeah.
Best actress, best director, best picture.
Yep. 6 nominations.
Yep. So let's go over. I mean, we'll just do the technical one, the 2 technicals, which is film editing.
Yeah.
It's up against The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Tar, and Top Gun Maverick. I don't think it wins. I think that is going to be either Everything Everywhere or Top Gun gets editing. Just because of the fast pace for both of those films. It's harder to edit. It's harder to pace. Tar is too slow a movie. The editing is fine, but I just don't. I don't think it's walking away with the statue.
I don't know enough about film editing to say that your argument is valid in any way.
It's a gut feeling.
But I kind of agree with you.
It's a gut feeling.
All right.
The other one is cinematography. All Quiet on the Western Front, Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths. I don't even know what that movie is. It actually has a 59% on Rotten Tomatoes on the critics' end, 70% on the audience score. Elvis, Empire of Light, and Tar. Honestly, I think it goes to All Quiet on the Western Front. Possibly Elvis, but I don't think Tar gets cinematography
not
either.
Tar. No, that's a long shot.
I don't even know why it's nominated. I mean, it's in it's in Berlin.
I'm not an editor. I'm not a cinematographer. I don't know.
Yeah. Next one up is original screenplay.
Yep.
Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, and Triangle of Sadness, which I watched recently.
I have seen every single one of these films.
I don't think Tar gets it.
Agreed.
I think Banshees or Everything Everywhere. Maybe Triangle. They might, because Triangle was really well written.
One of those 3. Three. Yeah,
It's definitely not Tar.
Up to there.
Let's see. Not actress. It's actor. Nope.
No,
it's actress in a leading role, which is Cate Blanchett.
Yep.
Anna de Armas in Blonde. Andrea Riseborough, to Leslie, Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans, and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yep.
I said last week when we reviewed Everything Everywhere that I feel that it's going to be between Michelle Yeoh and Andrea Riseborough.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't be one bit surprised if Andrea Riseborough gets the win, even though it'll be considered an upset for Michelle Yeoh.
But not Tar.
Definitely not Tar. And listen, I know you don't agree with me when I say things like this, but Cate Blanchett has already won a Best Actress Oscar.
It's not that
Whether you
count.
agree with me or not, that shit does play a part in it.
You're right more than I am on who wins, so I'm not going to argue.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna just say that yes, you are correct. I am right most of the time.
That's what I'm a lie.
Well, Best Directing, we have Martin McDonagh for Banshees of Inisherin, Daniel Kwan, Daniel Shiner for Everything Everywhere, Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans, Todd Field for Tar, and Ruben Östlund for Triangle of Sadness. Honestly, I think it's going to go to the Daniels. I really do. I think Everything Everywhere is going to win Best Director, and I think it's going to win Best Picture. I have, my gut tells me that they're not going to split this year on that, because if they split, if it splits it at all, it's going to Martin McDonagh for Banshees of Inisherin. But I think Everything Everywhere is just too good.
Yeah.
I really do.
And too popular. Get that, but that's the cherry on top.
Yeah. And
that's why Titanic. That's the only reason Titanic swept. Only fucking reason.
Yeah.
So I think this deserves it.
And then no, it's okay. Best Picture, All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar 2, Water Boogaloo, or what was the other one you called it? Avatar.
Smurf and Turf.
Smurf and Turf. Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking. No fucking way Tar wins Best Picture. It's nice to be nominated. Take it with that. Todd Field, you got more money to make another movie. Enjoy that.
I don't even know if Tar would have been in the top in the 5 if it was only a 5 nominee. Just because there's a lot of high quality stuff here.
Well,
it's not a good film.
Well, you know my theory. That the Best Director category shows what the 5 would be if there was still only 5, and Todd Field did get nominated for Tar, so I do get the feeling that it would be one of the 5. I really do. I really do feel that it would be one of the 5, but I don't think it's good enough to win Best Picture.
Okay.
It would be not only would it would be an upset, but it would be one of those upsets that nobody expects. Mm-hmm. It would be like, oh crap, Reds
what?
The movie Red.
Oh, don't.
Or Reds, the one that Warren Beatty directed. Jack Nicholson, Tom Cruise, all of that came out in like 1981.
Reds
won Best Director, and then I believe Ordinary People won Best Picture that year. And
that's a fucking good movie.
It's a very good movie. But the thing is, that was at a time when splitting director and picture was unheard of.
Right.
It had only happened, I believe, one other time ever in the history of the Oscars. So when it happened, it was a big, big deal. That would be this. If Tar won Best Picture, it would be like, are you kidding me? No way. Because it's not on anyone's radar to win. It's nice to be nominated. So those are the nominees.
So right now on IMDb it's at 7.5.
Okay. I agree with that.
Nothing interesting in demographics.
I mean, I would...
You
wouldn't have to twist my arm to give it an 8. I think it's that well made. It's just not for me.
I was just gonna start with what's your floor?
My floor?
Yeah.
I wouldn't go higher than an 8 at all.
No, floor. That's bottom.
Oh, bottom? 7.
Come on, dude.
7.
7 is your bottom?
Yeah.
And what do you want to rate it?
7. But I know you want to give it an 8, And I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
I
You want to go higher than an 8?
no.
Oh, okay.
I think it's at 7.5, and I kind of agree with that. Because again, it's not really as entertaining. You know, I understand people that give Drive My Car a low rating. I get it. I'm not criticizing. I just want to be fair to. I really do think it was a well-made film. You know, screenwriting wise, structurally, the theme of it. I just like how it handles it. It really. I just thought it was interesting. I thought they did something with it. So I mean, I'm willing to go for an 8. If can you talk me down from an 8?
I mean, what else can I say?
I don't know. I mean,
I'd have to repeat this.
besides
I'd have to
being slow.
repeat the same things I said. So
But I mean,
I'm
besides
okay
being
with
slow
an 8.
film-
I'm okay with an 8.
Besides being a slow film.
No, 8's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I was getting at.
Not-
You point out a flaw beyond the slowness.
It's not.
which I totally agree with.
It's not worth my energy to try and talk you down. I'm not
All right,
that.
fine.
I'm
Just
not
trying to make
that.
it
I'm
fair.
not that fucking passionate about it.
Just trying to make it fair. 8 it is. Okay.
All right.
Bam. It's not hurting anybody.
No, definitely not. I like Todd Field. He made a movie probably like 20, 25 years ago with Anne Heche. I forget the name of it, but it was like a bunch of people dating kind of movie, like one of those comedy drama kind of thing.
Yeah.
And his part in the film with Anne Heche was actually pretty good. And when I saw that he actually directed movies, I was like, I've actually seen a couple of his movies, and can't think of them right now, but he's actually a pretty good director, and I'm happy that he's getting accolades because I've always liked him, so that's good. All right, let's see. This is episode 388. We'll go ahead and we'll end this thing. Do another one. Oh, I forgot to bring up the music. There we go. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us again. Episode 388 of Moviesucktastic. You can go to our website at Moviesucktastic.com. Download or listen the show right there. Go to iTunes. Go to Amazon Music. Go to Stitcher. I'm working on getting us on Spotify. We're on iHeartRadio. We're fucking everywhere. Go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Moviesucktastic. You can leave us email at themovieguys@Moviesucktastic.com. We've been getting a few emails lately about people that want to edit our videos for us. It's like, you know what? If they could stay up on YouTube and we made money doing this, maybe I'd consider it. Until that happens, fuck off. You can leave us voicemail at 908-514-4470. You can do a search for us, online, favorite search engine. Just do a search for Moviesucktastic. We come up everywhere. You can get the app for your Android device at moviesucktastic.com/mst.apk, or just do a search for your favorite podcast player and just do a search for us. We're in there. So, do you have any words of wisdom, Mr. Wilson?
Tar 2, Space Cult. Dun, dun, dun.
You know what? I'd watch that.
Yeah,
I
right?
would do it. All right, everybody. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.